Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's show, city volunteers in China are helping underprivileged students continue with their studies through the Spring Buds program. The Hualien Tzu General Hospital is receiving awards for creating a smoke-free environment and promoting a healthy lifestyle. And after getting in touch with nature, 72-year-old Hong Gen, a cancer patient, proved his doctor's prognosis wrong. First up, in China since 2007, city volunteers in Shanghai have been taking part in a local program, the Spring Buds, held in northern Jiangsu province, to help needy students finish their schooling. This year, Suqian City, 259 students received scholarship support. To reciprocate, the students later volunteered to help out at winter aid distributions.
Singing with the volunteers to show gratitude to her mother, Shu Qi's tears kept rolling down her cheeks.
Your daughter is a filial child, really compassionate.
Rubbing her mother's hands, Deng Ting feels how work-hardened they are.
Your mother works hard for you, so you should do your best to help your mom.
Children living in impoverished families need someone to guide them on the right track. To help lift these children from poverty, the Spring Buds program has been running for over 10 years. Since 2007, Tzu volunteers in Shanghai have joined the effort by subsidizing scholarships and living expenses, helping 259 students in Suqian City this year.
1月12、13日，上海的师姑师伯要来这里做冬令发放，我可以看到你们吗？可以，我真的很不错，我真的很不错。
Zhu Junhong's family is facing financial difficulties that almost force her to drop out of school. Yet thankfully, she is surrounded by helping hands.
我得到了帮助。
After I got help, I felt so blessed. I hope those in need will also get help.
I want to help other people, even though I can't help much. The most important thing is I'm doing it.
Learning the importance of giving at a young age, these students will certainly grow up to have a fulfilled life.
Over the past 2 days, we have joined city volunteers in China as they carried out their series of winter aid distributions in Yi County, Hebei Province. At this year's distributions, apart from city volunteers, people from all walks of life joined the event to contribute their share to help those in need. The distribution were all organized and planned by China city volunteers. Among them was 37-year-old Zhang Lian, one of the first volunteers in Tianjin's Ji County, who made the Buddhist NGO in 2010 and was certified this November. Meanwhile, Beijing city volunteer Liu Yi has put his dream of living a luxurious life behind him to devote himself to serving others. Pressing the shutter button, the friendly interaction is immediately captured. Beijing Tzu media volunteer Liu Yi recently received his certification in Taiwan and returned home to devote himself to Tzu's work.
The week spent in Taiwan learning about Buddhism and Tzu has strengthened my determination. I also witnessed how selflessly some brothers and sisters are giving to promote Tzu's missions.
It is hard to imagine that Liu was a materialistic person before he met Tzu.
I wanted to earn more money, and after I bought one house, I wanted to buy another. It's like what the master said, we are never content with what we have in life.
Little did Liu Yi know that the camera he bought before would now turn into a valuable tool.
I bought the camera when my child was only 3 years old, and I thought I could take photos of him growing up, or when we go out, I could take shots of the scenery.
City volunteers and DaAi TV reporters follow local residents as they make their way home. Seeing the difficult conditions the villagers live in, Liu Yi captures whatever he can with his camera.
The camera is a tool to help us capture truth, goodness, and beauty. But what is important is that through this process, we share these moving stories with others.
Also moved by Tzu Ji's philosophy is Zhang Lian, the first Tzu Ji volunteer in Tianjin's Ji County. After meeting the Buddhist NGO in 2010, Zhang was finally certified as a volunteer this year.
I came back on November 28th and arrived in Tianjin around mid-noon. So I came here and stayed over that night. I woke up at 3 a.m. on the 29th and came to Yi County.
Closing his karaoke business of 10 years, Zhang Lian is now a full-time volunteer.
The master also said we don't need too much money as long as we have enough. I feel I can devote myself to volunteer work now, and my family is very supportive too.
Once a factory, the Tzu Ji Tianjin Recycling Station is now a place for spiritual cultivation. Before returning home, Taiwan Tzu Ji volunteers seized the opportunity to share their experiences in charity work. Zhang Lian also gives his fellow volunteers a tour around the station.
I made a vow to spread Tzu Ji's work, and knowing that I'm not good enough yet, I come here often to learn and gain more experience.
Believing the value of life is not determined by what brand of clothes one wears or what food one eats, China Tzu Ji volunteers are determined to continue spread Tzu Ji's love far and wide. In Penang, Malaysia, Tzu Ji volunteers helped one care recipient, Mrs. Chen, clean up her house. After her husband passed away a year ago, the widow has been buried in grief and has disregarded all household chores. To help, over 10 Tzu Ji volunteers assisted the family clean up their home in hopes of helping Mrs. Chen overcome her loss.
A year ago, Mrs. Chen's husband passed away from illness. Since then, the family has been enveloped in gloom. The children draw their memory of their father on the wall.
We want to create a better living environment for this family, so that they can change their state of mind for the better.
Letting sunlight shine in, Tzu Ji volunteers carefully clean up every corner of the house. Brushing the painting of the wall, the children keep the memory of their father in mind, while Mrs. Chen organizes her items and thoughts.
It's clean and well organized now. My children are really grateful.
My home became very beautiful. My wall is clean. It's more comfortable sleeping in my room. I also have an extra closet.
I wrote down a Jingsi aphorism for the little girl, which says that loving yourself means other people will love you also. It was plain text written with pencil, but she added on various colors.
With Tzu Ji's help and encouragement, this family of 3 is learning to pick themselves up and move on.
The last of a series of musical performances of the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings in Malaysia is held in Terengganu, an area that only has 57 training volunteers. To ensure the sign language performance was a success, many volunteers took part in the musical with their family members. Putting on a sign language musical of the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings is a great challenge in Terengganu, Malaysia, as the area only has 57 training volunteers.
My teacher told me that they need more people to participate, so I brought my friend and brother along.
Every time I tell my children that one day when they grow up and I don't have to work, I will devote myself to volunteer work. They will then say to me, "Mom, when we grow up, you will be too old already, and you won't be able to help others."
Volunteer Xue Shun Yi's family of 6 all took part in the performance, including his sister, despite her spinal injuries.
I saw something that really moved me, a volunteer who can barely see, but she still came to participate in the musical. She even had to use a magnifying glass to read. Thinking of her hardship made me realize that if she can do it, I can also deal with my pain. That's my motivation.
And event coordinator Huang Shuzhen was motivated to take part as a prayer for her mother, who is undergoing heart surgery.
My mother's health condition has been unstable, but I believe with the members of my family taking part in the sutra, my mother will be all right. No matter how difficult the situation, I believe there's nothing we can't overcome.
United in their efforts, volunteers successfully concluded the musical in Terengganu and in the process made Buddhist history in this Muslim-based community. Recently, Hualien Tzu General Hospital held a year-end celebration event to present their year-long effort at keeping the hospital a smoke-free environment and encouraging the staff to maintain a healthy body. The staff's efforts did not go unnoticed, as the hospital was given an award of excellence by Taipei Department of Health.
In a parody of Taiwan's talk shows, the staff at Hualien Tzu General Hospital are spreading the message of a smoke-free environment at the hospital.
We hope that these new methods of spreading a message to quit smoking gets through to our colleagues.
Besides parodying talk shows, the staff also produced a mini-movie. From script writing to acting to editing, everything was handled by the hospital staff.
In seeing today's work, I saw a different side to the staff here at the hospital. I never knew everyone had such creativity and spirit in them.
Different departments also joined in the campaign. These dancers are all around the age of 40, but have taken to the stage to encourage others to exercise a little more. Hualien Tzu General Hospital earned this year's Department of Health's Award of Excellence for a healthy workplace and Gold Award for maintaining a smoke-free environment.
On December 12, the 2012 Good Deeds Representative Award ceremony took place in Taiwan. Among the 32 awardees were entrepreneurs, policemen, doctors, and others who have remained dedicated to their cause, serving the public till this day. One of them, Dr. Ji Bangjie, has practiced medicine for over 40 years and has helped countless residents in remote areas. This is the spirit for which he was also awarded the 8 Virtues Award, the highest honor receivable.
Receiving the award is Dr. Ji Bangjie, who is also one of this year's Good Deed representatives. Tzu Ji's team of members in central Taiwan visit remote mountainous regions in Miaoli and Nantou on a regular basis, bringing medical care and medicine to relieve suffering. Over the past 10 years, Dr. Ji Bangjie's love has never stopped. Dr. Ji Bangjie's remarkable story and life was also made into a DaAi drama production. When receiving this honorary recognition, he dedicated it to all team members.
The medical clinics wouldn't be possible without the assistance of volunteers and medical teams. It is thanks to everyone's efforts that the missions have seen such success. Actually, many people do much more than I.
The youngest award winner is only 32 years old, yet already shows an unwavering passion and dedication to serving the public.
Mr. Zheng Yan says that we should give selflessly, so I don't feel tired at all. Our association's mission is to make our community a cleaner and better place. We hope that people who support our mission will grow from a few to tens of thousands.
As voices for the disadvantaged and as protectors of the environment, these 32 role models use love to document their life journey and have set the perfect example for all those around them.
When visiting a museum, we see paintings that are hundreds or sometimes thousands of years old. However, what happens when a painting cracks or creases? In today's report on Taiwan's unique traits, we bring you the story of Chinese painting restorer Lin Huansheng, who combines skillful hands and a knowledge of ancient history to repair old works of art for posterity.
In a dark room, using lighting from different angles, Lin Huansheng carefully examines the artwork.
I'm using side lighting to see where the creases are. If these creases aren't taken care of, the painting will tear from there.
Creases, tears, or previously patched areas, under the scrutiny of Lin's eyes, everything is clear as day.
The most common problems are creases, cracks, and infestations. By patching paper or parchment, we try to repair and restore the works to their original condition.
Lin, a renowned painting restorer in Taiwan, says before he starts a restoration project, he first communicates with the painting.
By talking to the painting will tell you what has happened to it in the past and the best way to restore it to its original condition.
Holding a pincer and a blade, Lin concentrates on patching up the torn pieces. In this moment, it seems like he's a surgeon conducting an operation.
I do little adjustments to reduce the space between the cracks. Chinese painting preservation has long been used throughout Chinese history. If you read the texts from the 6 dynasties, much information has been written down in regards to preserving paintings and calligraphy.
Preserving paintings is not an easy job. It not only takes steady hands, but also requires knowledge in another field.
One is a chemistry background and the other is art history. The two is actually very different. Knowing the value of an artwork is important, and that's where knowledge of art history comes in handy.
Understanding the historical placement of the works, then selecting the best method to restore them, is the work Lin shoulders as he works to save history.
No matter if it's restoring paintings or calligraphy, the most important task is preserving history to pass on to the next generation.
Patching, drying, and restoring a painting takes months of work, sometimes even up to a year. However, upon the completion of the restoration, the colors are brighter, the cracks gone, and the painting looks refreshed. Under the skillful hands of a restorer, these works of art will continue to live on for generations to come.
In our next report, we travel to Taiwan's Qingxi district in Taichung City to meet 70-year-old Hong Gen. 4 years ago, Hong was diagnosed with liver and colon cancer and was given only a year to live. Determined to put his remaining time to the fullest, Hong spent much of his time in the mountains planting trees and shrubs. Not only did this time prove to be spiritually fulfilling, but the constant contact with nature helped Hong beat his doctor's prognosis. And now, several years later, he's still alive and healthy.
I started coming here for the sake of my health. Before, it was all weeds here. Now we have cherry blossoms, flowers and plants. All of it was planted by myself. It makes this area look so much more beautiful.
Hong Gen proudly shows the result of 4 years of hard work, which also unexpectedly gave him a new lease on life.
I was diagnosed with 2 types of cancer and was given only 1 year to live. I decided not to sit at home and wait for death, but to be outside weeding and planting flowers.
Here, on this formerly unused piece of land, Hong has created a new garden and a new life to go along with it.
He is here at 8 a.m. every morning and works until 5. For him, this is his job.
In caring for his garden, Hong never uses pesticides, instead preferring to do the weeding by hand.
4 years ago, the nerves in my hand were severely injured. I couldn't even button up my shirt or jacket, but after 3 years of weeding, my hand is much better.
Living in harmony with nature has brought much benefit for Hong, and hoping to share the healing energy of the land with others, Hong set up a covered area where visitors can break for tea and conversation.
A lot of people ask me how I beat my cancer. I tell them that they have to spend more time in nature, breathing fresh air, and this will help you recover.
Using optimism and enthusiasm to beat his cancer into remission, for Hong, the key to his recovery was his daily embrace of Mother Nature.
As Christmas is right around the corner, city volunteers in Brazil traveled to Francisco Morato City, where they handed out gifts to children from the city's slum area. In addition to lollies and stuffed animals, the volunteers also handed out new sports shoes to the older children. Many of the gifts were donated by local businesses, while gift wrapping was handled by local volunteers. Thanks to the efforts of everyone involved, the children enjoyed a Christmas celebration of a lifetime.
Volunteers from the Tzu Chi chapter in Sao Paulo, Brazil, traveled to the city of Francisco Morato, which lies about an hour away by car. As Christmas is just around the corner, Tzu Chi volunteers like Santa himself arrive bearing joy and gifts for children of all ages.
I love this new pair of sneakers.
Many of toys, food, and sneakers handed out were generously donated by local businesses, while a gift wrapping was handled by local volunteers who spent a whole weekend getting everything ready.
I tried to get everyone I know to come and experience the joy that comes with the giving. The result was that everyone left a believer. I think in the future we will be even more organized and do an even better job.
As the children receive their gifts, their faces break out into smiles, and the room shines with the Christmas spirit that fills children and adults alike with joy.
Moving to Sydney, Australia at the end of our program today, where Tzu Chi volunteers organised a large-scale dental clinic at the Blacktown Youth College, and their counterparts from Brisbane and Perth also arrived to give a helping hand. The college's sports stadium was originally empty, but was soon filled with medical equipment and dental chairs. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.